Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of FTB NeoTech, and today we are going to be doing some modern industrialization progressing. I don't know how much, but we will be progressing on some various things to hopefully get us just a little bit further into modern industrialization. I do have a whole bunch of emeralds in my inventory. For right now, I'll just toss them in here. I'm going to get some steel plates and stuff here in a little bit, because I've been just off and on trading with villagers to get a stockpile of analog circuits, steel, bronze, all that fun stuff. But let's get into one of the things that I want to get done. So this is going to be the large tank for modern industrialization, and I've actually never built one of these, but I have this thing configured to be a set 7 by 5 by 6, which actually fits pretty well into this area that I've given it. And this is going to replace our canola production thing, the little tank that we had, and hopefully this will hold quite a bit more than that. So that's kind of why we're building this. So let's get the outside edges are just going to be steel casing. There's nothing fancy about that, and the interior walls are just going to be glass. I probably could do steel casing there, but I'm actually not going to do that because that is expensive and a waste of steel. So let's get this placed. I got to take out this block here real quick. There we go. And I should just be able to get this last wall done and then fill this in with glass real quick, which I don't have enough glass on me. Hopefully I have enough glass on me because my system is actually down at the moment because I don't have refined canola going into the oil generators. So this is why I'm trying to rush through this, and hopefully we have a good result after this. Because I've actually done this a couple of times, and none of them have worked. So I'm hoping this time this works. And I actually forgot a edge here. And this is not going to cut it. I actually should be able to open this wall, snag some glass right out of there. Okay, is that working? Let's get behind this wall, because we actually need... Oh, yes, it is. Fantastic. Okay, so we are just going to grab a fluid pipe, and that is going to be the input. And then on the bottom, which I'm going to have to get to here real quick, we're going to make sure that we attach this to this hatch, and we pull out. And then same thing over here. We're going to want to pull out. Okay. And that should get everything back online. So how many buckets? So this is, I don't even know how many that is. 113,000 buckets? I think that's enough. I think. Right now we have 0.10 because everything should be refilling. Which is fine, exactly what it should be doing. Oop, I actually did not mean to do that. I want to do this for that one, and that one, and then I think this one's already covered up. Okay. So, I just wanted to get that done because at the end of the day, this should just give us a lot more refined canola oil and kind of just have a larger buffer overall, which should make the farms a little bit more efficient. I have been putting this off long enough. I think it's time to make an electric quarry. First things first, I want to mention I have spent way too many hours working on, let's just say V3 of the chicken stuff. I'm just going to free cam over here because it's a bit quicker. But I've taken out everything in this room and also the farms that were up here. So what I've done is I think I've gone mad. And I went and made this section of the base, which, if you can't see, is 2 wheat farms, 2 canola farms, and a ton of fermenting barrels to get very decent systems for chickens. This is not all the chickens. There's still more to do, but I've actually called it for now. I've just loved the idea of making systems like this because, I mean, really, this is gonna produce resources indefinitely. I mean, there's no real ifs, ands, or buts about that. It is gonna just produce resources for a long time, and it's fantastic. So let's look at a couple things here. So I have an industrialist easy villager here, and I actually want to look at getting an auto trader. An auto trader should allow for us to kind of work on a couple things, and I'm not 100% sure how much we'll get through with this, but I want to set down this auto trader, and I want to see how these actually function, because I basically want to use these guys to get certain materials. So, for example, I could just get steel ingots here, 1 for 3, or I could get steel plates. I have the ability to get both with different villagers, but I want to try, and let's actually put this guy in here for a minute. I don't have any blocks on me, because I basically want to use easy villagers to automate the production of steel drills and potentially gold drills. The only problem, of course, is the gold is going to be the harder portion to get, because, of course, we do not have access to really getting any big forms of gold as of current. But we'll look at that later. Okay, so I want to grab some hoppers. I'm going to see if hoppers work. Some barrels. Let's just grab a couple. Doesn't really matter which. And some emeralds. Okay. And then let's go in here. Let's just do it against this wall for right now. So we're going to do barrel, hopper, auto trader, hopper, barrel, emeralds. So this guy is set to the steel ingots. And I don't know how fast he'll trade. I mean, pretty decent. So with automating the steel drill bit piece here, of course we need the drill head, which this is actually a semi-cheaper option with having soldering alloy, or soldering, whatever you want to call it, solder, whatever you want to call it. This requires tin and lead. So realistically, if we were to set this up, we should get lead and... No, we don't actually get 10 out of this. Which one gives you 10? Okay, so the bronze drill would give us the ability to get that. But that's it. Okay, so it seems like I need to get the steam quarry, or I mean, I guess I could use the electric quarry, but I need bronze drills. And I'm pretty sure one of these guys actually has that. Let me disable this for a second and clear this guy out so I'm not purchasing a whole bunch of random stuff. Let me go grab a villager that actually has this real quick, because I know we have bronze drills for trades. Okay, so yes, we do have the bronze drill trades right with this guy. And I believe this guy's been converted pretty decently. Yeah, I mean, that's as cheap as it's going to get. Okay, so let's go to an auto trader and see if we can get this guy figured out, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the plan here. And we'll start with this quarry, and then we'll move on to the next once we actually start producing resources. Because we're going to need tin and lead to get soldering alloy. And then I think once we get there, we should be able to do just a little bit more stuff. So let's shift right click that. Nope, shift right click, put him back in. And we can do this trade. So this is 13. So one of the things I want to point out real quick here, is I have an emerald amulet, which isn't that expensive. It just requires some blaze gold to get the actual empty necklace, some rubber sheets, and a copper ring. And then you just need 4 emeraldic crystals, which of course is just 4 emeralds in front of an atomic reconstructor. And this gets me hero of the trade. So technically, this is actually more expensive than what if I were to do it. But I'm not really too concerned since we have a pretty decent supply of emeralds as of current. So we can let this run. And we can start with bronze, and then we'll go from bronze to the steel. Of course, we'll need both because it makes sense to have both. But let's actually make our first quarry here. So I believe, if I remember this correctly, I'm actually going to pull this back from the wall here. We can do this, And I should be able to hold the wrench and see where everything goes. So it looks like I actually need to go down one, because this is the roof. Okay. Let's not put it in this room, and let's go put it downstairs with the chickens. Because, I mean, it's our resource generation area anyway, and I've got a pretty decent space for this, so... Okay, so we'll put this guy here, and that should be clear. Okay, perfect. And then let's just get the building. So... Just make sure we're doing this right. So this is just steel casings, 2 layers, so that's 16 in total. And then steel piping, which is this. Was that correct? Okay, so this one's incorrect. What was this one? So this is a steel casing. Isn't it? Oh yeah, technically it is 16 because you have this, which takes up one of the slots, and then you've got 8, you've got 7, and you've got 8. So this is 15, 16, and 6, and 6. Okay. And then we need the chains, which I'm just going to use to build up here. Okay. And so that should be golden. I think we need hatches and stuff, right? I mean, I would assume, because you kind of need power. So let me get the power real quick, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've actually taken the entire quarry down and moved it over a couple blocks, but I'm adding the output hatch, item input hatch, and I've also put an MV energy input hatch there, and now we're just rebuilding it real quick. And 4 chains. And that should be completed now. So what we're going to do is we are going to take... I guess I didn't grab the auto trader here, but let me go grab this real fast. Alright, so we're just going to set this up. Let's just do it like this. I guess we could just build it like a tower here. Nope, that's not what I meant to place. Let's get that in my inventory. So, bronze drills, right? And hopper. Oops, let me hop down here. Hopper, and then barrel full of emeralds. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to then grab an item pipe and just pipe directly into this, which is our drill. Which is our bronze drills. So, item pipe. And I might just want to see if I can pipe out into a barrel with a few stack upgrades instead of trying an item pipe, because of course item pipes, you know, are kind of limited. They aren't that limited, but they are limited. So I don't really want to try that right now. So that should get this activated. So let's go. Actually, I do need power. So let's put this down once I do auto eject. Put that right there. And then let's get this some power. I need cables. And I need MV cables here, which is probably going to be copper nickel, whatever that... What is this called? It is called copper nickel. Okay. Because I actually have aluminum pipes or aluminum cables for the actual chicken system. And so that is running completely off of that. One thing I will have to factor in is getting the refined canola over here. And I'm going to just say 2 generators should be sufficient. Okay. Let me figure out how I want to get canola over here. Because I could probably just run this pipe down But I don't know if this is actually making enough refined canola to do that. Okay, it looks like it is. So let me just run that. With this started, this is definitely not that fast. Let's see. Can I go grab the overclockers that I currently have upstairs? Because I only have 8 of these. I need to work on getting more of them, but all I've gotten so far is the ones from quests. And that was very early on, and I still have not actually progressed enough to actually get them. I mean, I may be able to now. I mean, I could actually quickly look at that. Polyethylene, and that is a chemical reactor. So I do have the ability to make the chemical reactor. I just need to get that, and then everything else is actually pretty simple to get. So I have it in reach, I just have not gotten there to actually do it yet. So maybe in the future. Okay, I'm going to let this run, throw some stack upgrades, and hopefully by the end of this we'll have a pretty decent chunk of resources that I'll probably break down over time. For the 10, of course, we want 10 dust out of this. I think just using a macerator in this case would probably be the best option. Using the electric macerator, and that way you get 3 per guaranteed. I mean, I could fortune it by hand, or by a block breaker, but since I don't have like an unbreakable pickaxe, I really don't know if I want to do that. I mean, this would be a good option, but of course, this is a lot more expensive because I would need to get the digital circuits, which is a whole process in and of itself. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit here. I'm going to work on actually getting the next steel quarry, and hopefully we can actually get some goodies from this. All right, so real quick, I'm adding an ME interface above the steam quarry to actually be able to pipe in some emeralds. I think one of the things that I'm going to try and do is not directly set it on top. I mean, I probably could, but actually, you know what? Let's do that. I can do that. That doesn't really matter. Where's my axe? Okay, so let's just move this stuff back. And yes, this is a really long cable run because I can't actually do wireless in any capacity right now. So we are just going wired all the way. And it's very sloppy. And I don't like it. I want my wireless connectors, but I can't have them yet. So we'd have to get into intro, metal, and all that stuff, or whatever it's called. And I don't have access to that stuff just yet. So I think the next few episodes are probably going to be focused on progressing. That is for sure, because we need to do it. So, okay, so let's grab a level emitter and the toggle bus, which we're going to set here. And we're going to say emeralds. Let's just say 30,000. So that's online. This is offline. Yes. So we actually want to invert this if we can. Perfect. Or we could just invert this. It really doesn't matter. So whenever this hits 30,000, we will then get a redstone signal shutting this off. When we have less than 30,000 or equivalent in our system, this will shut this ME interface off. So that'll be pretty nifty. Let's quickly configure it by just setting emeralds in there. Stack of 64. I think that's good. 64. And then we can just have... I guess I should have put this down one more. Hold on. Just like that. That'll work. Okay. Let's get this all closed up. Get everything taken out here. And that should function as the kind of automating of that. And we're doing pretty decent here. It's actually not been too long. We're also getting bauxite, which is actually one of the materials I wanted to get in the first place. And, I mean, we have actually a better chance of getting it in the bronze drill rather than we do in the actual electric quarry. Because, I mean, really, We don't need a lot of these ores just yet. We do need them. Don't get me wrong. We just don't need them currently. A lot of the ores we're getting here we actually do need because bauxite is actually going to be fantastic. Can I actually break this with a fortune pickaxe? I can't recall. Yes. So I have 39 of this. And I'm going to break all of this and see what we get. And I'll be right back. Alright, I believe I have everything to do the large electric macerator from Extended Industrialization. We're going to give this a shot. I'm not 100% sure how this fully functions, but I believe we can do input, output, and the entire bottom is these steel-plated bricks, which aren't that expensive to make. You just need fire clay bricks. It looks like there's actually the exact same thing. Okay. And this was the recipe for this. So, not too extreme. Just took a couple minutes to get everything together. And we are golden. Let's actually get the MV energy hatch there. Get this finished up. That is active. So now what I should be able to do... So I'm actually going to take this barrel out for a second. Where is my axe? There it is. And I'm going to do input. And we need to just get energy over here, which I'm just going to run. Oop. I forgot the refined canola line is here. Okay. And then now we should be able to run power. Okay, make sure that's all connected. Perfect. I broke cobblestone. Hold on. Gotta switch pickaxes again. Okay, I'll fix this up here later. So this should be good. We just need now to get a barrel and hope for the best here. I honestly have no idea if this is going to be decent or if it's just going to be a waste of time that I even got this. That's a limited barrel. I'm hoping that this wasn't a waste of time. Stack upgrade. Just go to iron. And then to gold. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to plop this down and see what happens. We should be able to shift right click here to make sure that the output is facing here. Do that, and that should result in us getting pretty decent output. It looks like we're going to probably have to macerate some of these ores in another macerator to actually get the result. But that should not be too big of a problem. Yeah, let's get that stack upgrades in there. So this is going to actually pretty decently run. It's pulling quite a bit of items. And, it's got 2 stacks in there. It looks like we're not able to keep the power, though. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I forgot to reactivate this. So now we should be running with 2... Alright, so I think we're ready for the next portion of this. The next portion is going to be a little bit different because we're actually going to need to space this out. So I think we're going to do it right about here. And the reason we're going to do it right about here is because we also need compressors for coal and I believe like redstone. We need compressors for those materials to actually make them into the full materials. And then of course, copper and iron, gold, tin, all of that needs a furnace, which is what we're actually going to build right now. So this should be an item input. This should be... Actually, hold on. Before I just go crazy here, I don't think we actually have a look... I don't think we have a way to look at this. So we're just going to kind of go with it. Okay, so there we go. Now it's looking. Okay, so we're going to grab our MV energy, put that here, our input hatch, output hatch, and then put those there and there. And we should then be able to put our copper nickel coil which this thing has a Canthal tier as well. Of course, we currently don't have access to Canthal. If we did, that'd be fantastic. And it looks like I'm missing one heat-proof casing here. So let me grab that real fast. I thought I had enough. Apparently I did not. And I don't think I have any more in here. Oh, I do. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Let's get that placed down. Should just be like that. That should form. Fantastic. Now we need to get the cables over here. Okay. Run them like so. And then hide them like so. Which I'm missing a piece of stone, I think. Nope. Perfect. Perfect amount. Okay. So that should power this. And then now we need to go actually grab some item cables to get things like copper and gold and all of that fun stuff put in there. Because what I can do is I could probably have one line and then have the compressors for these materials, the coal and whatever else, the redstone, I believe is what I said. And I don't know, do we get lapis? I don't think we do, right? So it's just coal, copper, raw, gold, iron, tin. So yeah, redstone and coal. So we really only need either one or two compressors. Nothing too serious. So this one should be blacklist. And then we're going to whitelist here with things like copper dust. And we'll put in some motors here. So those just go a little bit faster. But that should get us going. Once I do out instead of in. Okay, now I just need to go grab a barrel. I'm very ill-prepared here. That's alright. Let's see. And it doesn't look like I have any normal barrels here. So let's grab some stack upgrades. Let's grab a diamond, gold to diamond upgrade. And let's go for this one. So we should now just be able to shift click there, shift right click, and then auto output, put that there, stack upgrades, and that is processing everything we get from here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So this should do pretty well for us overall. I mean, there shouldn't be too many issues. But with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.